Hello my peoples, how are you? Wasiata. Habari ya leo, habari ya kushinda, habari ya weekendi. I hope mko fiti. I am well. I thank God for life. I thank God for health. I thank God for good weather. I thank God for everything. It is good to thank God because it makes God know that hizi kitu anakupatia, it's good for you. So I am grateful to God because so many things could go wrong in our lives. So many, unaweza enda job upate accident, unaweza amka asubuhi anguke kwa bafu. You don't deserve any of these things. There's nothing you've done that is so important that makes you now you deserve good life. No, it's just the favor and grace of God upon our life. So we thank God. That said, mkoaje lakini nisalimia ningi hata saa zingine nasikia poa. Wale wanakujaga DM, thank you so much for coming on to my DM on Instagram. My handles are Ndulu the Artist. On Facebook it's also Ndulu the Artist. And then uko mnisalimie wenye hamjani follow, and then mni follow. Welcome. Na wenye mko hapa mna watch and you have not subscribed, take your time, go hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so that every time I'm posting something, you are among the first people to find out about it. Shambamba. Now, on to our topic of the day. And our topic of today is self-worth. How much do you value yourself? Because of late kuna watu wako na so many problems, anxieties, people are suffering from mental health issues, and some of these mental health issues, some of them they are self-inflicting, because when you start looking down upon yourself, when you start looking on the mirror and you're not liking what you're seeing, you start having problems there. So you need to first find who you are as a person and love who you are as a person before you can give that to somebody else, because you can't give yourself to someone if you yourself don't like how you look. So kama wewe ujipendi, nani atakupenda? No one can do that on your behalf. Only you can love you. Now the first thing about self-worth is you need to understand your self-worth, and that self-worth is one of the key things to survival. Imagine if you want to make it in business, if you want to make it in your career, if you want to make it in your talents and all, you must first be aware of your own self. You must sit down with yourself, mjuane, mkutane, ujue wewe ni nani, what can you do, what are your abilities, what can you not do, what is your strength, what is your, what is not your strength. Unafaa ujue hizo vitu zote, because when you understand your value, that can put you in places you don't even expect, okay? The opposite of this is also dangerous, because then it means you will always be settling for less, okay? Not knowing that you are worth more. So uko na biz, in this business utapata unacharge. That's how you can find one product, the same product, kuna mahali inauzwa higher price, kuna mahali inauzwa a lower price, and both places inauza. Why? Someone somewhere understands their worth, and they are using it to their advantage. Now the person who does not understand their worth, ndio anauza I'm not saying that it's wrong, but at least uza at the price it is worth. If you're offering services, offer your services at a price that your services are worth. Usianze kwenda kumake nywele ya mtu like me I make hair, and sometimes unaweza pata mtu anakuambia mimi hizi nashukia huko chini na sijui how much, and I'm like, that is not how you value what we are doing. Is it takes so much work, it takes so much skill, a lot goes into it, that when you're pricing it, there's a level you can't go under. So kama unashuka kupita hapo, inamaanisha huyu mtu ajui self-worth yake, unaelewa? You must know your self-worth. That way it is going to be easier for you to value yourself. The next thing you need to understanding and knowing your self-worth is a process that does not happen overnight. So if right now you don't know your self-worth, it's something that is gradual. So you start having a relationship with yourself. Ni kama tu vile unaweza meet mse na udecide sasa huyu ndio my bae. For you to settle and come down to that realization, it does not happen overnight. Lazima ukae na huyo mtu, ujue tabia zake, ujue bado mna rhyme, ujue. The same case applies to yourself. You need to have a relationship with yourself, and you need to build that within a span of time. Itafika mahali utakuwa yenyewe, now I know I can do this. Hiki tu kuna siku nilijaribu ile nilemea, hebu nione leo kanda toboa. And with time you'll start knowing your strengths You know, you'll start knowing, I can do this. Oh, I'm so good at this. Oh, I'm perfect at this. You will start knowing where to go after you've had that relationship with yourself, okay? You must give yourself some credit. You know, don't always put yourself down. Don't always think, ai, kwani tu mimi ndio nafanyaga hivi? Kwani tu mimi? Kwani, you know, like the other time I posted something on my IG. It was an old lady having a birthday for herself. Alikuwa alitisha keki kwa restaurant, akaeka candle na akaanza kujimbia happy birthday. And so hapo chini palikuwa pameandika, mtu alikuwa ameandika hapo, stop crying, you know, because it's such a sad picture to look at. And someone DM'd me and told me, I don't see the problem here. See, all of us will be here at some point. And I was like, I'm differing with that opinion, because who wants to be alone? As in me, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be ever to be a place where I can be that old. And she was a very old woman. She was around 70 or 80 years old. I do not ever want to be in a place where I am celebrating my birthday by myself at that age. Now, if you accept that fate, that's upon you. Me, I don't. And I told that person, that's upon you. Personally, I don't want. And you know there's power in the tongue. So whatever you want to declare on your life, whatever you want to declare on yourself, be careful, because it comes to pass. Okay, you start attracting what you believe, what you start speaking about. So if you start saying you're not good, or you're not, you know, you're not worthy, you're not able, these things are not for you, guess what, these things will not come to you. Utajipata peke yako, because utaki kukaa na watu. Ukikaa na watu unaanza kuongea hivyo venye unaongea, unaona. So don't want bad things for yourself. Don't speak bad things about yourself, okay? Learn to put yourself up. Watch what you think about yourself. Unaona, unafikiriaga we ni nani? You know, what do you think about when you look at yourself in the mirror and a job opportunity is thrown at you? Are you the one who says, mimi siwezi, siwezi toboa. Hii job iko na wenyewe ni kina nani? Wewe ndio mwenyewe. If it has come to you, it has landed on your laptop, it means this is your job. Do it. Okay? Don't say job iko na wenyewe, job iko na wenyewe. Think highly of yourself. Kama mtu ametoka huko, amekuja kukupea kazi si yako, a higher paying job, uko like, ai, mimi sifanyagi hizi zinafanyagwa na wale wanalipagwa hivi. No. Think highly of yourself. You'll be like, leta, kwani mjuagi hata mimi naweza, acha niwaonyeshe. Do it. Think highly of yourself, and in so doing, you're opening up doors for you. You're opening up new opportunities for yourself. You're also growing, you know, and you can't know you're growing unless you're doing things that you could not do before. How will you do it if you've not even attempted, you know? So you need to attempt. You need to take that step of faith. Believe in yourself. Think highly of yourself and start doing it. And you'll be surprised at the things you can actually do. You'll be so shocked. If you just believe in yourself, unaweza shangaa sana vitu zenye unaweza fanya, okay? Do not always expect things to go bad. See, every time something is happening, nilijua tu. No, hukujua. Things don't always go bad for you as a person. Ati wewe peke yako individually, ati vitu zoenda mbaya kwako. So everything you touch is inaharibika. Everywhere you go inaharibika. Every relationship you start inaharibika. Stop that thought. Start thinking different, and you'll see things start working different for you. Things are going bad because you're always directing your thoughts to bad things. You're ready, you're expecting it. Uko like, uchali najua tu very soon ataniacha, acha ni enjoy sahi while it lasts. No, ndio anakuja kukaa. So believe in yourself. Believe that good things are coming your way. Live positively. Stop being negative all the time. Oh, mimi sijui sasa nitafanya sasa, ndio mnakaga hivyo, mimi sikagi hivyo. Mimi sasa every time unajionea mahuruma mawoye, stop it. If you want to have a good value for yourself, if you want to be self-aware, you need to start being aware that you are not meant to have bad things happen to you. God did not create you to put you on trouble all the time. But every bad thing that is going on, uko ndani. Kama sijui nini ilifanyika kwa ofisi, kulikuwa na kesi ile side, uko ndani. Kulikuwa sijui na nini side, uko ndani. No. Learn to love yourself and believe in yourself, okay? Don't expect bad things to happen to you all the time, okay? You're highly favored, you're a son of God, and everything cannot always be working. In fact, the Bible says all things work good for you. So hata kitu inafanyika vibaya, uko like, inajua imefanyika vibaya, lakini najua God akona plan. I know he has a plan. Something will happen. Najua, wait and see. You know. So have that positive thought behind your head. It will help you that to remember that you are valuable, okay? Whenever you forget your worth, look back, count your blessings. You know, every time kitu mbaya imefanyika, pause, kula pause, check behind you, angalia kuna nini poa zimewahi happen. Don't look at the bad things, kwa sababu bad things huwa always. Look at the good things. The good things will always remind you that you're not doomed for bad things, okay? Watch what you declare over your life. Sasa kama madam alikuwa ananiambia ati sisi wote tuta end up hapa. You're already declaring something bad will happen in the coming future. Umeshafika kwa future. How do you know you're going to even be that old? How do you know when you get that old you will not have wajukus all over playing around you, eh? Wajukus and aunties and sisters, and how do you know? You're not seeing tomorrow, so you can't start declaring bad things about yourself na yet hujaziona. Live positively. There is power in the tongue. Whatever you declare with your mouth comes to pass. So be careful with the things that you say with your mouth. Be careful with what you talk about yourself. You know, usianze kujiambia hapa uchali vile namuona. Sioni tukikaa. Don't do that. Those are the kind of things that utaona tu vitu zinaanza kumove tu alafu anza kusema nilijua uko unajua. Wewe ndio ulijiroga na mdomo yako. Don't say nilijua tu. Ama unaanza kusema watoto siku hizi, watoto wangu mimi sijui. Naona vile naona hawaendelei poa. And then you start seeing watoto wakianza kuendelea. But then you start saying I knew it. You didn't know it. You cast yourself with your own mouth. So be careful with what you tell yourself, what you speak into your future, how you speak into your future. Be very, very careful, okay? There's power in the tongue, okay? The woman with the issue of blood in the Bible, alijita kamkutano yeye na yeye. Walijita hapo nje kamkutano kabla Yesu apita. Walimsikia ndio yule anakaa huko, kuna kelele inakaa, kuna sherehe, shambwe, nderemo, nini hizo zinapita huko nje. And then she was like, mimi nimekuwa hapa for quite some time, eh? What can I do to change this fate that I have? You know, since Yesu anapita pale, sinijaribu tu nionekana mfikia, nionekana change future yangu. She had a positive thought about her future. If she would have sat and said, mimi nafaga tu mgonjwa daily, hata nikienda kumshika na hata stapona, kuna haja kujisumbua. She would have sat there again and again and again, and she would never have gotten healed. But she got into a meeting with herself, and herself decided, you know what, we are going to touch the hem of the garment. Hata kama tutagusa tu uzi, that one will heal us, because we need to get better, we need to stop this life, we need to have a change of living. And that's what she did. And guess what? Because she thought about it, because she saw a better future, she got a better future. When you see something, it comes to you. When you start speaking, you say, she just said before, hakuwa ameona future, but alikuwa amesema, if I just but touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed. Point ni, I will be healed. Si ati ametibiwa. As she speaks, ako in a very bad state. Bado ni mgonjwa, amekuwa mgonjwa for some time, amekuwa isolated na watu. But she was hopeful. She still had hopes with herself. She was positive. And because of this, she managed to get healed. So how you speak into your future really, really matters a lot. Cultures can make you also doubt your capabilities. Kuna zile cultures za kitambo na traditions zenye wazee wa kitambo walikuwa wakisema mwanamke space yake ni ya jikoni peke yake. We are off that. Tulishatoka huko. Right now, if you want to make your future, you have dreams. You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a hairdresser, you want to be a makeup artist, you want all these things right now, you can do them. So if you start listening to cultures, you start listening to traditions, you start listening to what our wazee wa kitambo or others or hata waleo wanasema, most of the time you won't go anywhere. So be careful with what you let inside your head, because things that come in your head affect how you think. So be careful with who is speaking to you, because au kama ungekuwa hiyo time yao wazee wa kitambo walikuwa wanasema mwanamke afai kufanya kitu na fatwa kaijikoni apike. All our mothers walifanya hivyo, but kuna wale waliamka, and because of that sisi leo we can work without pressure. Because someone somewhere said, hamtashinda mkituambia hivyo, we will change. We need to work, we can work. We need to go to school, we can read. Tuko sawa, we can do this. And so that one person woke up and the rest of us got saved from that. So usisikize kila kitu yenye watu wanakuambia, okay? Your past experiences should not dictate your current life. You might have scars, but you should learn from them and not be in bondage. Release your mind and free your mind from bondages of trauma and bad experiences. If something bad happened to you in the past, you cannot dwell there. Kwa sababu ukidwell hapo, inamaanisha life yako yote iko tied around that traumatic experience. So it means you'll never move on from it. And if you can't move on, then it means you died in that time. Whatever that happened, ulikufa hapo. You never woke up from that. And that is dangerous because it means you've stagnated. And I have spoken about stagnation before. If you go back to my videos, you'll see stagnation and the things that make you stagnate. And this is one of them. You cannot let the things that happened in the past put you down, tie you down. Don't let that happen. Stand up, shake it off, and move on, because you need to move on, okay? Don't let your leftovers, your past leftovers, make you not move on, make you not to live. You need to live. You cannot survive in this world without living. And you can't live if you're tied in your traumas. You need to stand up, shake it off, and move on, okay? Do not be insecure in your body or in your skin or in whatever you do. Do not be ashamed even in the work that you do. Kama unauzaga mboga, hiyo ndo job yako. Let no one talk you out of it. Mkienda pale kwa bank, msimame mnaweka do kwa account. Who knows hii ni do ya mboga, hii ni pesa ya sijui nini. No one cares. At the end of the day, sisi wote tumeka do kwa bank. If crisis should happen right now, sisi wote tunaenda kwa bank kutoa pesa. Pesa yenye tunatoa kwa bank haijaandikwa sukuma. Haijaandikwa sijui kazi gani. So do not be ashamed of what you do. Do not be ashamed of your body. Do not feel insecure about your body. Everybody is built different. Everybody is beautiful as they are. Society ndio imefanya watu wakaanza kuona ati lazima ukae a certain type of way for you to be beautiful. Lazima kuwe na certain type of skin color. Lazima that's all watu tu. Ni mtu tu alikaa chini akafikiria kwa kichwa yake na akaisema, alafu sasa ikakuwa ndo hivyo. People are all beautiful. And you know beauty comes from within in most cases. Utapata tu unaweza pata mtu akona dem mwenye uoni ni kama anakaa na mraim sana. But there's a thing that this person is getting from this woman. From within, udem ni mrembo ndani, anatoa, yani ana ooze beauty. And that is what we are dealing with. When you deal with self-worth, you start oozing beauty because it comes from within. When you've dealt with your inside, it's easy for it will just show. You'll start glowing. Bure tu. So deal with your inside, okay? Pump positive vibes in your system. Usisikize vitu zinakushukisha. Saa yote unaona movies zenye watu wanachapwa, movies zenye watu wanakuwa look down upon. You know, pump good things in you. Because it says garbage in, garbage out. So if you want inside kukuwe na vitu nzuri, then you need to put vitu nzuri inside, okay? Listen to good things, listen to motivational talks, you listen to things that can uplift your spirit. Good music. And itafanya ukuwe in the best of moods, okay? The greatest enemy lies between your ears. Your greatest enemy. Guard your mind. Guard your mind from everything you're listening to, everything you're watching. Guard your mind, okay? Be hopeful and believe there is nothing wrong with you. Whatever is happening to you can be solved and there will be a better day. The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. So what you're going through right now, someone has gone through it. Trust me. And they have overcome it. So unaweza ka overcome. Usifeel nika dunia naisha. You have to put in work with yourself. The relationship between you and yourself, you must work on it for you to get self-worth, okay? Do not be revengeful or bitter. Once you're bitter, you have created, nika unawasha jiko ndani. Hiyo moshi inataka kuwa nani? Si ni wewe tu. Bitterness does not help. If anything, it makes it even worse because you can't move on. It's the same thing as just being stuck with a traumatic experience that you went through. If you start being bitter and start being revengeful, you're still stuck there. So you need to move on, get away from that and start moving on, build your life on a different journey. Kama ni mtu alikukosea huku Jamhuri ama Bahati ama Isili, hama huko, enda Kibera, enda Ngong, enda any other place. Build your life afresh there, okay? So that you do not need to live bitter all the time and look at this person. And so I have a few affirmations that you can be telling yourself every time you feel like you know, my worth ni kai nataka kushuka. Remember what God is saying in the Bible, and these are a few affirmations that I have and declarations that, you know, you remind yourself that God anasema hivi about wewe. Hizi vitu zote nimetoka kwa Bible, okay? The first one, I am victorious. So tell this to yourself every time you feel like, you know, you're not feeling as perfect. I am victorious. I am the head and not the tail. He who began a good work in me is faithful enough to see it to completion. I shall finish the race and walk of faith victorious. My victory is already determined. Ebu imagine that you're going into a battle. Imagine sasa Mayweather venye hajaishindwa. Akiingia kwa kiwanja anajuaga ako already ashashinda. Ishaandikwa hata, in fact nini yake gold yake kwa hapo chini na mgoja akishamaliza kupigana hapa atoka ichukuje ashashinda. Unafikiri ataingia kwa hiyo kiwanja aje? All types of maringo because anajua ashashinda. Hata ingia kwa hiyo kiwanja akikuwa na akihahaha kutandaje. Already you know your victory is determined. This is God that is saying this. So do not be anxious. God will let his promise to you will not let his promise to you go back void, okay? I am courageous. I am bold. I will not die a failure. I am above and not beneath. I shall be prosperous. I shall be taken from one level to another. I am the first in my lineage to be freed, as I will receive the revelation of God, that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all I can think or imagine. So every time you feel like you're in trouble, imagine God is able to do abundantly, exceedingly. So that which you think is too big, he will do it. Hiyo tu unafikiria ni kubwa, just give it to God and be free, okay? Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Okay. Imagine zitakufuata, yani unaenda hivi uzuri na kutafuta uko, where are you? You see that God, your goodness is running after. It comes from there. Your goodness is running. Yani his goodness uko wapi, umeingia wapi kuja inakutafuta. God's goodness. So don't be worried. Do not be anxious. The Lord says do not be anxious. Do not be afraid. Every time the Lord alitokea kwa Bible, alikuwa tu anaambia mtu the first thing, even if it was an angel or whoever came to watu wa Bible, the first thing alikuwa anawaambia ni do not be afraid. I'll tell you this, do not be afraid. It is well. Nothing is new under the sun. What you're going through, people have gone through and they have overcome it. Don't let that bring you down or take your self-worth down. You're valuable as you are. My name is Miriam Dolo and this is Sister Talk. Continue subscribing. Bye.